FBI, there is a mystery. I'm talking to Matthew C. Morgan. It's a West Virginia, Charlestown. It's because I was, sometimes I go over missing person or wanted person just in case, right? And I sometimes look at unidentified person because it's a long story here, so I might know something. But then I found this jacket which is in red and white, and there is a Catholic medallion, right, with the body. It's found on Harbor Ferry WV, Appalachian Trail or something. I have a question because I don't know if the body is found after the flood or at the sea or how, right? But I have questions. I have a case, complicated case of film music writers abuse, right? I have a complicated case of my own past, maybe linked to Australia. And 2012, I was invaded by somebody who may be linked to 13 Hours or Susanne Bier in Denmark, right? Film people. At that apartment was Chris Stevenson, just arrived, and my boy at that time, 3 years old, right? He was taken away and I was left to die. And since then, I had trouble to communicate, get the things set right. I'm, working negotiator. I worked in the Cold War and anti-terrorism, so I might have other elements than entertainment, right? But likely that they are after the money, right? So I see a boy 1 hour a month, which make me sometimes doubt if I meet some children on the street, I can, sometimes be in, is that my boy kind of thing. So when you are at the September 12th so traumatized, I was in hospital afterwards and hardly couldn't see anything. I was at the ceremony in Germany. So yeah, I was again hit by terrorism or media crimes, right? So my question goes, I think I know more than one person that might have had the jacket. I think I've seen it in a man's size, and I think I've seen it perhaps in a child's size. I don't. It's likely that I've seen it before. It's also likely because when I was in the hospital, I called the Catholic Church priest because my boy had two blessings, and he gave me his cross and this kind of amulet, right? And I gave that amulet to my boy Alex as protection, right? So these two things, the amulet that my boy was given, and I said to him, you can give it to somebody if you want to. It was not like I wanted to kind of, burden him by it. Just say if you think somebody should have it, you give it to them. So I actually need to know if you have any idea if it's an adult or a child. I could see it, the shoe number, which is 43 in Danish or European size, meaning it could be, the boy would have been like 10, 11 years old, right? So it could have been a boy with big feet, and I actually do have big feet, right? It could also, I think it's too small to really be a man. Like 43 is not really a male size, but you don't know. So I'm a little, I don't really know about what I think about the size of the shoes, if they belong at all. But so I think I have a lot of things I would like to talk to the FBI about, especially around Chris Stevenson and the telephone hacking Murdochs in Denmark, but also about this found. I might be able to identify him on what you have, because if it's somebody I've seen before, I'm pretty okay looking at post-mortem, and I could probably say something about the structures or something. So, but I know the Danish police, they don't like me. If I file for being attacked or hackers or illegal case handling, if I try and stop child abuse, if I try and stop animal abuse, I get ignored. And I even was, I tried to stop a child killer, kidnapper, and they fucked up, honestly. They didn't do what you're supposed to do, and I was actually getting in trouble trying to stop him. That's nothing to do with the 2012 case, I hope. That kidnapper was German, but there's other cases in Denmark. So it's likely that I could have been victim of the 2012 attack, which could be like a deep fake 13 hours home invasion for trying get rid of me and my, I'm always talking about justice and want to get my royalty back and my payment and stuff like that. I called at that night, I called the USA Clinton line, I called the Irish ambassador in Denmark, I called Ekstra Bladet, I called the dad of the child, and I called the police station, and I also managed to call insurance. But I went in shock, so it's been difficult to find out. There's sent some letters which look like postmortem, and it actually goes along with my story. And if that's the truth, then, So basically the jacket could be from Denmark. I don't know if it's, I think I've seen both a child size and an adult size. Of this jacket, and the reason why I remember is that it's a little like a flag, if you understand. It's not a really great design in a way. It's a little bit like a flag, like where you're from, the gray zone of red Eastern. So it's something you kind of remember because it's not very fashionable in a way, So. And it's also very visual, strong message kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure I at least have seen an adult that I maybe known, and I at least have seen maybe 2 boys with that kind of jacket on. I think there was a missing Bulgarian boy. There was missing Bulgarian boys in 2009 to 12, maybe longer, in Esbjerg, where I lived, and that was where Michael Bay was around. So yeah, lots of things I want to tell you about. There's also a guy called Kevin, who is he's in company with 2 missing Jersey boys, handicapped. There's a lot of stories, and it goes on forever. And I'm 55, so I should know. But so I don't know how to get the message to you because I get no help from around here, for sure. I mean, I could maybe try and call Berlin office in Germany because Denmark's embassy of the United States, it's hard to get in touch with anybody. It's like a telephone ghost thing, So I don't know, I will try and write a mail for you, putting this in and see what goes. But yeah, and there's another thing is there are some wanted people that I stopped, Israel Keys, for example, or other people. And there's also some that I know are seen in the area, but they're not captured. And there's also some missing that I might still need some data on, So yeah, I would say I should come over, but I don't have the money or the resources to kind of file for a visum. I can't guarantee, because I've really been ripped off for a long time. So it's yeah. Another important thing, because I have 2 dogs trained for tracing things. And when I gave my boy this amulet, the one dog, with the trace dog, kind of licked my hand a little bit, like she wanted to, I don't know, comfort me or something. She just did it now, right? Which is, she's not doing it often. Just to know that she knows that I know something about the amulet. Because,